Wow, this is great. This is really great. You guys came out in a foot and a half of snow at 7 a.m. I mean, what, have you been driving since last night to get here on time? Amazing. I do need to say a few thanks before we really kick this off, because a lot of people have been involved with making this happen, including Zoe, my daughter, right over here. I guess I should introduce myself. Hi, I'm Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
And I'm a writer. And I wouldn't be able to do what I do without everybody here, and all the people that have been out there calling us and emailing us and saying, this is wrong, you guys need a fair deal, what can we do to help? So thank you, because we wouldn't be here able to do what we do without you. One of those fans is Shelley Hackman, who is, I think, the head of the New England Browncoats. Shelley is a one-woman, like, publicity juggernaut. You're probably all now intimately aware of who she is. You've probably received Christmas cards by now. Because she has contacted, I think, every media outlet, every radio station, every student, some pets about the event. And I don't think that we would probably have half as many people here without her efforts. So thank you so much. Thanks to Jobs with Justice, Ross Davis over here has been amazing. The SEIU, the Teamsters, Cambridge Forum, the Harvard Campaign, Sheraton Commander Hotel for helping us with putting people up from out of town. Everybody has been just amazing. You know, we've been sort of, I think, made to appear in a lot of the reportings in the press, like spoiled kids. You know, we don't have enough money, we don't have diamonds to polish our BMWs, and that's why we're striking. And that's not why we're striking. And you know, there's a bigger issue here that's not just about us. It's about people who create anything for any corporation that profits from that. And that's the reason that we need to get a fair deal for the people who create this content and for you who watch that content. I think one of my favorite comments, insults from one of the executives in this battle, I had to read it because I was just so struck by it, because it made me feel bad about myself. They said, for them, this is not a writer's strike. It's about changing society. We are so frustrated. Very frustrated. We're dealing with people who don't care about this community. They care about making social change in America. I just want to say publicly here, I'm sorry. Thank you. You know, one of the people that we wanted to have speak today actually was Joss Whedon's father, who has been a writer for many, many years successfully and had weathered the 1988 strike. And I wanted him to be able to be here to introduce Joss and to kind of give a context to this strike versus that one. But he's not, so I was trying to think about what happened to me, like what was my memory of it. 1988, I was a sophomore in college. I had signed up for my first shiny internship at Columbia Pictures for that summer. I was very, very excited. And if you're trying to do the math, 1988 sophomore in college, I am 24. But, you know, I came to Los Angeles and I was just so excited. I was going to learn so much about this industry. And I called up, you know, my contact and said, you know, where do I show up? You know, I'm ready to go. And they said, yeah, there's no internship. You can go home. And we're going home because we're pretty much just sitting around playing Tetris. It's a very different situation for me now because I'm on the other side of this to some degree. You know, we had for Eureka 1 week with our full writer staff. Thank you. My one fan in New England. Yes, she can. You're gonna get a hug. You know, I had 1 week with my writer's staff, and one of the guys that we hired, who was our writer's assistant, Ed Fowler, God, he's so just excited. He's so excited to be doing this. This is his big opportunity. You know, a week in the writer's room, and we're breaking stories, we're talking about the season, and 5 days into it, I had to say, yeah, you have to go home too. But he didn't go home. He came out to the strike lines with all of us. He's not a guild member. He wants to be a writer someday. And he's come out to the strike lines every day, as has everybody on our staff and on most of our shows. It's been this amazing support because he really does believe that this is about, you know, the future writers. That's what we're striking for. We're trying to protect people who don't have their own shows. We're trying to protect the people who, you know, want to someday create a show. And I think that there are probably a few of them here today, and that's why we're doing this. He really believes that this is about, you know, fairness for the people who make these corporations wealthy. And he said so, and he said it eloquently, and it's been inspirational out there on the picket lines every day for a lot more seasoned people than he is. Because the thing is, when the AMPTP, the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, walked out on the negotiations, they didn't just walk out on the writers. They didn't just walk out on all of the people, the hundreds of thousands of people who rely on this industry for their livelihoods. They walked out on you guys. And they are refusing to come back to the table. We're asking for something that is so wholly fair that they can't even articulate a reason why it's not. They can just point fingers and try to make it seem like we are the ones that are causing this. We're not. For the second time, they've walked away, and we remain willing, ready to negotiate through the holidays to get this resolved, because what everybody wants more than anything is to get back to work. I mean, that's the goal. You know, it's trying to settle this. You can't. I was trying to get ready this morning, and my son Ian and Zoe were squabbling, and I found myself saying, you have to use your words. You can't just hit your sister and run away to your room. You have to use your words. You can't make a deal if you don't use your words. You can't make a deal if thoughts aren't shared and ideas discussed and a negotiation reached. And a fair deal has to be reached, because the fact of the matter is, we're not going anywhere until it is. Yeah.